See this question asked in GATE 2004. A 4-stage pipeline has a stage delays as 150, 120, 160 and 140 nanoseconds, which means they are giving us uneven delays, right? So if you have 4 stages, 1, 2, 3, 4, each stage is having 150, 120, 160 and 140. 150, 120, 160 and 140 nanoseconds. Registers are used between the stages and have a delay of 5 nanoseconds. So some textbooks, they follow the convention that registers will be placed one here, one here, one here and one here instead of the one here, right? So every textbook has a different convention, but then we are going with this convention, okay, which means registers are being placed before the combinational circuits, that functional unit, okay. So now this I call it as one stage, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. Either you place the resistor after it or before it. In every stage delay I have to even include the resistor delay. Remember it. In the pipeline, if they have given the register delay, it is always important that you add it to the stage. So they have given that the register delay is 5 nanoseconds. So 5, 5, 5 and 5 here. Assuming constant clock rate. So this word is important. Constant clock rate means if you have to get the constant clock rate, even though the delays are uneven, you have to assume the largest delay possible, and you have to assume that every stage needs that. So in this case, if you watch it, it is 155, 125, 165, 145. Therefore the largest stage delay is 165. Now you apply this stage delay to all the stages. Even though it requires only 155, you give it 165 nanoseconds. How can I give it? I have to set the clock in that way, right? Therefore if you see this, 165 nanoseconds is what I want to give to every phase. Accordingly, the frequency of the clock will be set to 1 by time period, and the time period has to be 165 nanoseconds, right? So this is going to be the frequency of the clock, okay, fine. And then the total time taken to process 1000 instructions, 1000 data items on this pipeline will be. So it is actually a question about instructions only. Data items means, let us say they are talking about the instructions itself. So it is not very sure whether they are talking about the instruction pipeline or the data pipeline. There is something called as vector processing, which is not in the syllabus. We have only pipeline, instruction pipeline only. But then I think this question is asked about that one. But anyway, the concept is same. Either you pass the data through the pipeline or you pass the instructions to the pipeline. Anyway, the ultimate result is same. So let us assume that they wanted to execute 1000 instructions, okay. So in order to execute 1000 instructions, the first instruction will come out after passing through all the phases. Since there are 4 phases, for the first instruction to come out, I am talking about instruction number 1. For the first instruction to come out, it is going to take 4 phases, and each phase we have applied the constant rate. That is why each phase is going to take 165. For the first instruction, it is going to come out of the pipeline after 4 phases, and each phase is going to take 165 nanoseconds. So that is the time taken by the first instruction. And after that, for every clock, one instruction has to come out, assuming that there are no other overheads. Later I will show you that because of some other problems, we will not be getting out one instruction every clock. Later I will show you what are the reasons and how to rectify them. But here, since nothing is given, we are assuming that for every clock after the first instruction has come out, for every clock one instruction is going to come out. Then how many instructions are remaining? Out of 1000, 999 instructions are remaining, and each instruction is going to come out in one clock, and we know that the clock period is 165 nanoseconds. So multiply with 165 nanoseconds, and if you just find it out, this number will be close to this 165, I think 495 micro. This is nanoseconds. When you convert it to microseconds, it is going to be 165 this microseconds. So this is the answer. Okay, so this answer is close to this 165.2. I think they have approximated it to one digit, so that is the answer. Okay.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So, first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and IITs, universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%, but all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkee's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkee, then getting into university is better than IIT Roorkee is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkee. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities. But whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.